way of linear development, they're now taking on an agile approach. What that means for us, and we've been doing this for a while, is enabling us to engage with SMEs to pull through innovative technology quickly. Now, there's a challenge that the Ministry of Defence, the procurement set, that I think is around 25% by value, and that's a big number of future defence contracts will be met by SMEs. Just think about that. That's a large amount. Now that's an aspiration. To do that is going to be hard. But even that big dinosaur is looking at how it can get its hands and pull through the SME community. So if you haven't read the DIS, I would encourage you to do so as an SME, because actually some of the technology that you have as SMEs may be directly applicable or translate to security and defence. So that's just a little bit of background about the business. I want to talk about understanding the need. I call these need nuggets, and I think that is a real key important thing of how the heck do you understand what your customer is actually wanting. We're in one of those highly regulated industries, defence and security. Medical is another one, pharmaceutical is another one. We're dictated by military specifications. We have specifications for this, for water ingress, for colour, for weight, for security, etc. And they are volumetric. You know, if we go through a contract, new contract, volumes of specifications. But actually, sometimes what gets lost in those requirements is actually what the customer wants and what the customer needs. So the challenge is there a better way of engaging with your customer to find out what those real needs are? Now, we've been doing something that really works for us. We've had most success through our innovation centres, which are all about collaboration, experimentation, and demonstration. So my question to you is, how do you capture those need nuggets from your customers today? What do you do? Let me give you an example. How we do it. We've got great relationships with the military, and we've held a number of talks on our site. We're serving, or recently serving members, who come in and give a briefing to our staff over lunchtime about their experiences, good and bad. As I say, it was done over lunchtime, about 30 or 40 minutes. We provided food, sandwiches, and what that allowed us to do was find out what they were doing with the equipment, what worked well, what was frustrating. So that gave us that great insight into what was really going on. It worked on many levels. The end user felt appreciated and listened to. Someone actually listened to. Our employees understood the importance of what they were working on and how it saved lives. The real world issues that hit the product came to light, and the things that they'd really like improving or adding came to light. Although this is from a military domain, I don't see any reason why this wouldn't work in other domains. Not open innovation as you normally expect it, but what it really does is help you clarify the need, not the technology. The need comes first, the technology comes later. Bottom line, it costs us a few buffet lunches, not a big investment, but actually this has paid dividends for us, and it's also great for employee engagement. So once we've got some of these real nuggets, we've used these to define some projects. Some of them, not all, have delivered increased capability. In rough numbers, around 1 in 15 of the projects, 1 in 15 of the projects we've executed has led to subsequent exploitation. Now, on the face of it, that doesn't look like a good success rate. But actually, for the maturity level of the technology we're dealing with, that's pretty good. So the important thing that those haven't resulted in customer exploitation is still providing value. What it's done is increased our awareness of the needs and gaining a better understanding of how to meet it. That's de-risk future programs. It's increased skill set in our employees because we're dealing with new technology. And it's increases our SME network because we've been reaching out there to find extra SME capability. So that's worked well. So what I'm going to do now is outline some of the most important elements I've found that are needed for a successful open innovation system. So So here are my top 10 in no particular order. Executive champion. Day one, you need someone in the business that gets it. You need someone that's going to support what you're doing. Without that, you've got one hell of a struggle, because you always get that I want a demonstrable bottom line benefit ROI in 2 years. Without an executive champion, forget it. Commercial agility. Now, innovation need not be a technology thing. Some of the successful things we've done have been about process. As I mentioned, I'm in a highly regulated industry. And you know, we have corporate antibodies that will kill out innovation. They're called commercial partners. So you really need a lightweight touch commercial approach to deal with these small needs. It needs to be a separable stream, how you can bring them in, how you can integrate with them, how you can work them. So without that, again, you've got some real problems. Space. There's some interesting pictures up there. There's the University of Edinburgh Robotics Laboratory, there's our facility, there's some representative space. We've already heard about table tennis and ping pong balls and things. But actually, you do need to dedicate some space and time for innovation in your business. We've invested in our Edge facility, which gives us that, but actually, being able to take people away from the day-to-day to allow them to do this, having the space to do it, is so important. You can't say, okay, we're going to run an innovation